Hello, this will be a channeled message for you, for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so, so much. I'm so, so proud of you, and I'm really excited for you, because you're totally bringing something to life here. You are bringing something to life. Excuse me. With the Magician and the Page of Swords in the centerpiece of the reading. Let's go. I love to see this, guys. I love to see this. The Magician, one of my favorite cards personally. All right, the connection between the divine and the 3D, all right? You guys are the conduit, you're the bridge between the ephemeral and the physical world. You're making something happen. Okay, there's an energy of allowing here and making sure that you are in the right energy and you are on the correct frequency and a vibration before you take that action, right? You're taking leveraged action, being in the right place at the right time and letting your inspiration guide you, all right? Flow state here. There's something about slipping into that flow state. And the Magician is a card of actually getting it done. Like, you guys are putting in the work and making something happen, not forcing it to happen, but just making it happen in the divine timing of things, right? And there's an energy of movement, moving forward. You can see all this flowy kind of energy here. But see this pose, right? There's something about movement, the body, yoga, stretching, getting yourself in the right energy and the right frame of mind before you take action towards things. And the Page of Swords, like paired with this, I just love it. There's heavy Mercury energy here. The Magician uses all of the elements, right? Fire, water, earth, and air. But I'm really getting those last two, right? Earth and air. Mercury energy. Gemini energy. Virgo energy. Paired with this Page of Swords, you guys have ideas. You have some kind of an idea that lights you up, that is in line with your purpose. You have something that is going to work. And you're seeing it quite clearly. These big glasses here. you're seeing the reality of the situation, and I think it's good. There's a journey here, right? There's challenges, sure, in the future. You can see that with all of these mountains here, the mountain range around the back here and down the front. So you understand that it's going to take work. It's going to take some time, but I get like excited action. I get an energy of determination and fearlessness. And someone who's seriously leveling up when it comes to their communication skills, right? Their ability to connect with other people and share these ideas. You might be outsourcing at this time, or just teaming up with people, making new connections, having the right conversations. And there's a difference now. It's like you're more regulated, you're more embodied. You're more in your own energy. There's a healthy boundary between you and other people's energies, so you can show up and be yourself and still connect with other people, like on a better level. There's serious up-leveling when it comes to the communication and more of this frequency of peace instead of a chaotic energy. I think you guys are moving away from anything that feels chaotic and turbulent, any kind of relationships that don't serve you, anybody who doesn't have your best interests in mind. I get an energy of putting up some sort of a boundary here and focusing more on what you want to create and focusing more on the people who want to see you win. And I think the boundary is more through your focus. You're being more selective with your focus. Like I said before, choosing more to focus on yourself, feeling more embodied, and being in your own energy, but just focusing more on better outcomes, feeling more inspired, feeling more hopeful and excited, right? Passionate, bringing more joy into your life. That's what we really want, just more joyous outcomes and being able to work on things that bring us joy. I get an energy of standing on business here, seriously. I get an energy of standing on business. And this could be a relationship reading for you too. There's just this energy of intention, right? Mindfulness, taking something more seriously, not too serious so that like it puts us in a negative space, but just knowing that you have more control over your outcomes. This energy of mindfulness, taking your power back seriously in a big way. You know, doing heaps of research here, getting more information, leveling up, right? The Page of Swords. Totally leveling up and making something happen on your terms. And there's something about the way that we've been used to taking action, right? And we're tweaking that. And I think this ties in with with that frequency of peace. I feel like there's old energies and old scenarios that have been coming up, right, to be revisited. And I see the world in reverse on the masculine side. I don't think this is the repeating of a cycle necessarily, like the world card sometimes might suggest when it shows up in the reverse. I think that this is old scenarios coming up, and it's like you're being given an opportunity to choose a different outcome. You're being given an opportunity to act in a different way. You're seeing things really clearly now, and you're seeing how you can take that alleviated action and create better results in your life, and you're making a different choice. That's totally what I get from this world in reverse. Somebody here is making a different choice when it comes to their actions and showing up in the same situations with the potential to repeat a cycle and saying, no, I'm choosing a different outcome this time. You guys are totally taking your power back. There's something about the home, creating more comfort and safety in the home, and creating a space around you that is more conducive to you being inspired in your life. I'm getting like beautifying the home, smudging, upgrades, just like cleansing your space and making it feel better. Just making the energy in your space feel better. And this could be something about your body too. Like something about the way that you perform because of what you're putting into your body, the way that you're fueling yourself. And I get that. Going back to what I was saying, you can see this door is open, and you're open to receiving people who want to up-level you, and you're open to receiving the people that are going to inspire you. But that's really what the intention is here, to create more joy and passion into your life and focus on those good things. And there's this whole, like, I'm getting the word framework. There's this like new framework to your life. There's new routines and new processes and a new foundation with this sacred space, right? And that the foundation is built upon our own identity and being connected with ourselves and embodying our own energy. And the foundation is built on our behaviors too. Like, you guys are waking up and deciding to act in a different way. And in a way, letting the energy kind of dictate how the day's going to play out. I'm getting you more in touch with your own, you're more in touch with your own energy, so that you're able to recognize when you feel a need for a slow morning, or you're able to recognize when you feel passionate and excited and you want to go after something and jump straight into the work. It's like you're honoring your own energy and your own frequency. And I feel that for many of us, that there's this energy of being okay with kind of being alone at this time, not in a bad way, not like in an unhealthy isolation kind of vibe. But you guys are okay working on something. It's like you're really connected with what you're doing right now. You're not interested in going out and searching for anything. You're more just okay being in your own sacred space. And if this is a one-to-one relationship, it's about like not letting some kind of negative outside influence affect that relationship. I get that you guys are just vibing kind of on your own. And you're open to, like I said, making these new connections and having these conversations and meeting these new people. That's happening here with this Page of Swords, having these new ideas and leveling up when it comes to your ability to connect with other people. But there's no desperation here. It's all totally on your terms. This whole thing is happening on your terms now. That's the shift. There's been this big shift in the framework of your life. And I get inspiration from outside sources too. Some of these conversations might really be inspiring you. Or there may be some element of like mentorship or healthy competition or being part of a team or part of a community and looking around at other people and letting that inspire you with the Five of Wands on the feminine side here. Seeing all of the possibilities, like seeing all these mirrors here that are acting as portals, and the white clothing to me is like the purity and the potential, and seeing what other people have been able to do, and understanding that you have your own gifts, you have your own way of doing things, and thinking, well, obviously I can do it too, in my own way. There is, sometimes there's a fine line between healthy and unhealthy competition and comparison, so we want to watch out for that. It's showing up in the upright position, so I really like this. I get like a feeling of healthy inspiration, and letting it kind of excite you, and tapping into that Aries energy, that competitive energy. But they do say comparison is the thief of joy. I do agree that unhealthy comparison will kind of do you in. So it's better just to focus on yourself and what you're doing, and focus on your own skills, and allowing the inspiration to come, and looking for that mentorship. Like, even just if it's on YouTube, watching YouTube videos, reading books, these people can be your mentors, right? That's kind of what we want to focus on, is allowing the inspiration to come, and then focusing on the steps that we're taking, focusing less on the outcomes necessarily, and comparing our position to other people's outcomes, and just focusing more on our own skills and what we're learning, and being more I'm hearing like obsessive about your ability to improve and your ability to learn new skills. That's where your focus, I really feel like, should be at this time, instead of the outcome, because that's going to help us not get super overwhelmed when it comes to the future and these challenges, these this journey that we're on. And I split the deck, and I get the Hermit, the journey. This, like I'm talking about, focusing on that introspective element here, and instead of worrying too much about structures that other people have created, with the Hierophant on the other side here. Worrying too much about other people's methods, and just it's like, take what resonates and leave what doesn't kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Like, take what works for you, and don't feel like you have to match other people's processes. You're going to have your own way of doing things here. And there's a big message about patience coming straight out. Keep investing in this, guys, because it's going to work. You've got some really good ideas here. I get really, really good energy from this, and it's just about keeping yourself in that positive vibration, focusing on the steps that you're taking, not worrying too much about the outcome, like I was saying. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse coming out, don't worry too much about the outcome, because it's coming. Just keep taking the action when you're inspired to take that action, right? And you're in a position emotionally where you're able to do this. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's this whole new framework in your life, and there's more of an element of trust and connection with the divine, and connection with your intuitive abilities, right? Using that psychic element that we all have access to, having access to the subconscious and all of the information that it holds, right? We have access to all of the information. It's all inside you, everything that you need. And these readings and this these materials and these other people that you're meeting, these relationships, it's all an extension of source energy, and you're just remembering what you already know. You're here to remember what you already know. And I feel like with this King of Cups coming out, there's something about kind of really stepping into that role, and life becoming more fun as a result. With the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, life's starting to become more fun, because there's this element of creator mode. As long as you can not worry too much about the outcomes, I think it's a matter of belief and confidence, right? The King of Cups is incredibly confident in his abilities, and you're ready for this, guys. Like, you've totally earned your position here. You're of a high spiritual ranking, and you have the ability to maintain a healthy vibrational frequency and maintain some level of emotional poise here, even when things get a bit chaotic around you. And you're moving away from the chaos through using your intentionality and your focus and your mindfulness. This is reducing the amount of chaotic energy in your life. And potentially, like, I can't remember if I said this, but there's something about choosing the right team members and not focusing on the people that kind of want to bring you down or who want to trigger those emotions. Like with the Three of Pentacles here and the Four of Cups in reverse. I get that there's people in the past who were literally affecting your health in a negative way. Like there's relationships that have existed for you that are like literally creating dis-ease in the body. I don't say that lightly. I know that's quite an accusation to make there, Dylan. But I mean, there's people around you that just weren't good for you. And I think the more that you can link up and connect with people who are, there's something about like mutual benefit here, or a team, right? And I get that, like I was saying, you're kind of in this position now. You've got this high spiritual ranking. You have gifts and abilities and skills. The more you can focus on these skills, I think the better off you're going to be. And there's people out there who are going to really recognize these skills, because that's what this card is. It's like, you can see this stonemason up here. He's actually a younger dude. And then the other guys, like the priest and the rich dude, are like, yo, this guy's got skills. That's the energy that you guys are this stonemason. People are going to start recognizing you. It's just a matter of having those boundaries, right? Taking that inspired action with the Knight of Wands, and then having that level of defensiveness with the Nine of Wands here, not in an unhealthy way, but this is your gift at this time. It's the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. It's to take that inspired action and charge ahead when it feels good. You do what feels good here. There's so much potential here. And if there's some way that you can motivate yourself, going back to what I was saying about mentorship, if there's some kind of material that really gets you excited, I think that's going to be beneficial here. But the flip side to this is really defending yourself as your gift, like defending yourself from the things that cause dysregulation in the body or trigger you, or people who want to, I'm getting potentially people who want to question the results and who are kind of putting a time frame on things. There's an old frequency and old energy of putting unrealistic time frames on things, or a level of expectation, right? Like, and I'm just getting, those people who are like, oh, like, has it worked out yet? Like this new business that you started, and you're like, well, I started a week ago, like, so, and they're like, well, are you making any money yet? It's like, well, I started a week ago. Like, it's not, we're working on a different time frame here. If you guys are putting yourself out there, following some kind of a passionate endeavor, and this goes for relationships too, things take time, but people are used to being in this rhythm, being on this clock, like the 9 to 5, getting a paycheck at the end of the week. People are conditioned to be in that rhythm. So when you kind of take a leap and you try to start something new, you're working on a different time frame. You don't necessarily get that paycheck at the end of the first week. You're building towards something, right? The Seven of Pentacles is the long game, right? Having the vision. The long vision, right? This thing is going to start to stand on its own two legs eventually. Because that's what this card is. It's something that can sustain itself because you've been putting the time in. But with it showing up in reverse, there's a strong message about, don't worry too much about the result now. Just focus on the skills, right? With the Magician and the Page of Swords, exactly like you're doing. Focus on the skills. Focus on the action that you can take. Focus on the inspiration, right? Don't worry too much about the outcomes because they're coming. If you can just believe, if you can just have that inherent knowing that it is going to come through literally like the correspondence between the action that you take and the, how can I explain this? Like, throw the old logic out the window. Like, you guys are developing a new logic here as the Magician, as that spiritual conduit, understanding that everything is a reflection. All right, everything that is happening in the physical has happened in the higher dimensions. It's happened in the spiritual realms. You're starting to embody that. It's starting to become your identity. So through that level of logic, it's like a new logical framework. Through that level of logic, you can understand and you can know this thing's going to work out. I'm going to start getting the results. But for now, Spirit is saying, don't focus on it. Focus more in enjoying life, right? Focus more on enjoying life through being in creator mode, being in that flow state, showing up and working on something that you're passionate about and is in line with your purpose. And don't worry too much about anybody who's trying to like look for some kind of a result that isn't there yet. Don't worry about those people, right? Don't worry about those people, because there's a reason why you started this new thing. There's a reason why you're pursuing this new energy, right? Is because it's the old life, the old way of doing things. It didn't agree with you. They weren't compatible. It's like they're no longer compatible. There's something that served you, but is no longer in this space, this sacred space, right? Something about your garden. You're like tending to your garden now. And this I'm getting like wounded masculine energy, like unhealthy, toxic masculine energy, like domineering energy with the Emperor in reverse showing up with the King of Pentacles. This is like literally exactly what I'm saying. I don't usually like to make these readings about this stuff, but like, is there somebody in your life who has like really high expectations for some kind of a new business or a new relationship and is like kind of pressing you for results or something? Like, I have to ask, because this is really, and it affects your joy and your feeling of peace and happiness is so closely related to your finances, like in ways that we're now starting to understand. Like, your frequency and vibration has to come first, because then everything then lines up after that. And if you've got people around you who are kind of like making you feel small or making you feel like you can't do this thing, guys, it's like it affects your joy, and then it affects your finances. I'm telling you. How can we I mean, I get the Nine of Wands as the gift. How can I get more information about how we can get this energy out of this space? I will say, like, you guys have more experience than you potentially realized. Like, you've been through a lot. Like, the Nine of Wands, guys, you've been through a lot, and you have this level of experience that is totally applicable to this new thing. Even if it was like a different line of work, or like there's different people that you were used to dealing with, or just different ways of doing things, and now you're in a new space. Your old experience is still incredibly valid. And maybe to lean on that, I think is going to help you. Like, is there a way that you can look into the past and think about all of the times where you had a problem or some kind of challenging situation? Like look into the past and think about any kind of challenging situation that you had to go through that you overcame. I'm really getting that heavily, guys. Think back to all of the times that you used your abilities and your problem-solving skills and your tenacity and your strength and your willingness. Think about all of those times where you like overcame some kind of a challenge, guys, because I think that's going to help you. And just creating a separation from this like domineering masculine energy. There's some kind of like masculine wounding here. And you guys are starting to take responsibility for your own emotions as the King of Cups. Like, you're learning to regulate through all of this, and you've like, there's like a major amount of like trauma healing that has taken place here. And you guys potentially are further along than you realize. And we're all still going to have those bad days. We're going to have days where we're getting triggered. But like I was saying right at the start, you guys are being given the opportunity to make a different choice here. You are empowered. You have the ability. You have the self-control, right? You can make a different decision, make a choice. I think there's just something here about just blocking these people out. Like, don't give them any... Don't give them any reason to well, not that, like, just create space from them. It's kind of parasitic in a way. I think somebody is, like, feeding off of your reactions, okay? Because if they can get you to quit, I'm hearing, like, it will justify all of the risks that they didn't want to take. All right, somebody doesn't want to see you succeed. I hate making these readings about this stuff. I have to say, I really don't enjoy talking about this stuff, but, you know, it's life. Sometimes this stuff happens. We've got these people around us. I get this Zubat card. Like I'm saying, there's something that's parasitic here. And if this thing doesn't work out for you, it's going to justify somebody else's life choices. I really want some advice as to how to deal with it. That's what I was looking for. I mean, potentially just seeing it in that way, I mean, that's going to help you understand where they're coming from. So it's going to be less of this, because right now, the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, it's like an authority. It's like there's an authority around you. And this could just be like the current system, right? I was talking about the Hierophant earlier. Like, I feel like this could have manifested as somebody around you who could be male or female or identifies whichever, but there's a masculine tendency that tries to take control and is domineering and is doubting your results. This could have manifested as an actual person, but this could just be the system at large, right? And understanding, like, who they are and, like, why they're operating the way that they are. Like, from a logical standpoint, like, understanding that, yes, it's parasitic. Yes, they're acting this way because it's going to justify their life choices if you fail. And they're actually subconsciously trying to bring your vibration down so that you don't succeed. You know, to understand that that's the level that they're operating on may make you feel a little bit better, and it will help you see them as less. It will help you see them as less of an authority figure. They don't have any power over you. In fact, somebody here is, like, making noise because they feel threatened, and the bat very much is about using your intuition, trusting your inner guidance. There's something about like psychic abilities here, and the what's it called? Sonar. That's right. I was like, I'm spacing out. You know, like that, the sonar ability, right? Like flying through the darkness as the bat, flying through the unknown, because you guys are learning to trust, do things in a different way. Follow your joy, follow your passion, even though it contradicts some kind of old logical paradigm. You guys are showing up and doing it anyway. And I really just want to pull one more Pokemon card, though. Dratini, Dragon Energy, guys. And the Sandshrew. Okay, potentially we can extract more logical understanding through diving deeper into our emotions here. But, like, from this place of... There's this weird balance between, like, intuition and logic that's showing up in this reading. Like I was saying, the Magician uses all of the elements. And this Sandshrew, it says that it burrows deep in arid locations far from water. So the Sandshrew is able to dig deep into situations without it, like, emotionally affecting the Sandshrew, right? You guys are the King of Cups, and you have the ability to do this. So it's like you're building... I keep using this word, framework. Like, you're building a new logical framework through your faith. Like, faith is starting to feel more like your identity. Your faith is starting to make more sense. Diving deep into your subconscious and, you know, being more introspective and looking at your dreams, looking at your subconscious behaviors and some kind of, like, visuals or downloads, you know, auditory downloads through deep meditation, like, you're starting to, like, build a new foundation of faith on these things, on this exploration into the subconscious parts of yourself that you didn't even realize existed, and information that you didn't even realize you had access to, it's starting to make more sense. That's totally it. So I'm just going to say, like, keep on keeping on, guys. And I feel like from there, and I get the Diglett on the bottom of the deck. So there's the confirmation here, guys. Continue to dig deep. Do the meditation, you know, the stillness practice. Look at your dreams. There's something about journaling here with this Page of Swords. Writing down this information. Continuing to build a logical foundation when it comes to your intuition. Like I'm saying, this balance between intuition and logic. Really interesting reading. I love that, guys. That's super interesting. I love to see that. And you guys are totally making this thing happen. I keep saying there's really fortuitous outcomes here. And it's just a matter of like shifting your focus, right? Focusing on all of the skills that you've been learning. And, you know, letting that inspire you. Letting that motivate you. Don't worry too much about the finances and the outcome. I mean, obviously, I understand. Like, I understand that we need to operate out here with money and all that. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that it's going to be more beneficial for you, I feel, to hold that in the back of your mind and just know that it's going to happen. Kind of be at peace with that. Like I was saying, cultivating that energy of peace. And focusing more, even like getting a bit obsessive about it, and like standing on business and getting it done when it comes to improving your skills. Because the skills, how's this Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation? Like, you can't make it up. The skills are they're the real money maker, guys. That's how you can like build a foundation in your life. Because there's something about, they can't be taken away from you. Like the physical, the stuff in the tangible, you know, like the money and the house and the this. Things happen sometimes, and not coming at this from a place of fear or anything, but the skills and your level of education and your experience, like with this Nine of Wands, like your experience in life, that's something that no one can ever take from you. Like, that will always be with you in this lifetime and in the next. So that's all I'm trying to say, is just focus more on the skills. And I did say something about sonar. Did make me think about dolphins, right? Dolphin spirit. This and that are true. That's super interesting. I'm going to read this card. 20 might be significant. And the number 6. Right, like I was saying, a lot of Gemini, Virgo energy. Scorpio. I'm just going to read this dolphin spirit here. Remember, I did get this beaver spirit. Lay a solid foundation. So, I love it, guys. This is good energy, hey? And I do feel that this was probably quite helpful. I get dolphin spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is dolphin spirit both this and that. This is good. This is really good. Two truths coexist. The story you tell, and another as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing too, in the helpers that appear. Within clouds are silver linings. When we later reflect on what happened, we can see that a situation was both this and that, and a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. Focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin spirit calls for you to come up from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. Why not join Dolphin Spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessings present in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are aspects of both this and that. Today, you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and the beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move toward the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present. So even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you are required to find solace in this between time. Today is not a day to choose one over the other, but rather to accept things as they are without judgment or resistance. Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as a whole. That's a really interesting message, guys, and I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on that dolphin spirit message and the concept of duality and what that means to you. There's some kind of a liminal space here. Looking at it with non-judgment, I do feel like there's an energy of getting much better at releasing the past with love and removing things that remind us of some kind of an old life. But it's all good. Like, embrace the current circumstances, guys, because there's so much joy that can be found as the silver lining on the other side of any kind of darkness that's happening in your life. So I'll totally leave it there, guys. This is great energy. And, I mean, you're just so wise. You have so much depth. And you have great idea, guys. You have so much life experience. And you have so many ways that you can serve this collective. So I'm super proud of you. And I'm just really happy for you guys. So thank you so much for sharing the space with me. I love you so, so much. And I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. Bye-bye.